What is the wavelength of light emanating from the patch? Does each patch give off a different wavelength? Is it measurable? And how can we ascertain that the light is penetrating to the desired depths of the body? Wow, good questions, huh?
Okay, that's a cool question. So with the question, we use a technique called FTIR. This is a well-known piece of laboratory equipment. It stands for Fourier Transform Infrared, and it can measure absorption or reflectance of light. And so this is how we can quantify which wavelengths of light are being reflected by the patches. And the wavelengths are in the visible and the infrared band. Some of this is proprietary, but if you look in the literature, for example, in the infrared band, 810 nanometer light is well known for its ability to induce upregulation of mitochondrial function. 630 and 660 nanometer wavelengths of light in the orange band is also well known to increase ATP function, increase ATP production, and stimulate things like collagen synthesis. So we do a few things that are known in the art, and there are a few things that are definitely not known in the art that we keep a secret. But this is all to say that the wavelengths are measurable. How we produce those wavelengths is a trade secret, but it is measurable. The other thing about depth is that this is also quite surprising in that we only really need to stimulate the surface of the skin. There are, of course, enormous numbers of nerve clusters on the surface of the skin, as well as acupuncture points. And both the nerves and the acupuncture points are going to act as conduits for transferring the signal that is in the patches, if you will, out to the rest of the body. And this is easily provable because within seconds of applying the patches, we get an immediate bioelectrical response that is measurable using things like galvanic skin response, electrointerstitial scanning, heart rate variability, and other bioelectrical tests. We can also demonstrate that the effect is systemic by doing blood and urine tests. So, for example, with X39, we do a blood test and we see 24 hours later that levels of copper peptide have increased systemically. So we only need to stimulate the surface of the skin with the patch. Doesn't really need to penetrate that deeply.